Thanks so much for joining us on CBS News Baltimore. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Abigail Degler. A few things to point out for your Sunday. We do have the potential, or at least some of the groundwork, for some thunderstorm activity later on today. It does look like we have a marginal risk, which is not the highest. It's actually the lowest here on our scale of seeing some thunderstorm activity turn severe. This just means we have the right ingredients. If it's going to come together, there's a little bit more uncertainty associated with it. Our highlighted area, although not highlighted in a different color, but what we are keeping our eyes on, are off to the south and to the east. Wacomico County is getting some rain. It had some rain earlier this morning, and Caroline County had a flash flood warning earlier this morning. And so, with this, we see the groundwork for some flooding issues, especially off to our south and to our east. And they're not the only ones. We are under a flood watch for the majority of the state until 8 p.m. tonight. So with these thunderstorms firing up, albeit mostly off to the south and to the east, anywhere they fire up, we could see some localized flooding or some flash. We're warm or muggy day today. Now, I will say most of that activity reserved for the south and east. With that being said, off to our north and to our west, we're going to get some clearing pretty early on. And central portions of the state included in this, we're going to see more of the middle to upper 80s. Off to our south and to our east, this is going to be impacted thanks to those storms. So we're looking more towards the middle 80s. All in all, we look to break from the 90s for your Sunday, which is a nice little break because we're going to bounce right back into it as we go into your Monday. Now, by tonight, most of this activity will clear really by the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, but all of the state will see clear skies by the 9 o'clock hour and overnight and drop us down into the 70s. This is going to allow us to warm up for your Monday, and with the lesser threat of thunderstorms and cloud coverage, we're seeing the lesser threat of rain being an issue. So we won't bounce back into that unsettled pattern until we go into middle portions of next week. All in all, pack your umbrella if you're going to the O's game today. Pack some patience as well, and keep an eye to the forecast. It's not an alert day, but it's something to be mindful of if you are planning on traveling. Going into tomorrow, we do get a break from the storms, but that's when the heat kicks in, and tracking the lower 90s. We will ride out the 90s through Tuesday. Wednesday will drop down thanks to some thunderstorm activity, and that unsettled pattern continues as we go into the rest of next week, with us bouncing back and forth between the 80s and 90s with showers on and off.